Yeah, which is why it's great when we get like a production like Frieren, which is a banger anime.
Without a doubt, Frieren Beyond Journey's End took the anime industry by storm when it debuted back in 2023.
Frieren took me by force. I became
disgusted by how good it is. Oh my god! Dude.
Is now being widely acclaimed as being one of the greatest anime adaptations ever made.
Frieren Beyond Journey's End is one of the greatest fantasy novels, graphic or otherwise, that I have ever had the pleasure of reading.
Fantasy, a type of story or literature that is set in an imaginary world, often involving traditional myths, magical creators, and sometimes ideas or events from the real world, especially from the medieval period of history. Cambridge Dictionary. A genre that has existed across various mediums throughout history. Tolkien, the man who transformed the fantasy genre with his unforgettable works such as The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, created stories that have become cultural touchstones through their live-action adaptations. Tolkien's influence is omnipresent, seen in films, TV series, video games, games such as Dungeons & Dragons, and of course, manga and anime. In manga, the fantasy genre has evolved and remains quite popular, but not always in the way one might expect. We saw numerous fantasy anime and mangas on the horizon, but most of them failed to surpass expectations. They are quite repetitive, same patterns, same narratives, and lack of creativity. Basically, a copy of a copy of a copy. Few anime have managed to stand out and bring something different to the table, but could resonate with the audience, and Frieren is part of this anime. Frieren succeeded to bring a fresh era to the genre due to one simple thing. You might have heard it all over again, but what makes the difference between each product of a medium is simply storytelling. Demon King defeated, return to the kingdom, peace restored. Sousou No Frieren starts its story where another ends. Frieren, an elven mage, comes back from a 10-year-long journey with her heroic companions, the human hero, Himmel the Brave, Aizen, the dwarven warrior, and Haita, the human priest. After defeating the Demon King, the greatest threat to humanity, they return as saviors, bringing peace back to the kingdom. They are celebrated and praised by the crowd, welcomed with honor by the king. Shortly after their return, they all celebrate their victory, reminiscing about the best moments of their journey. Then they witness a majestic meteor shower, a celestial event that only occurs every 50 years. Everyone is mesmerized by the moment, except one person, Frieren, who apparently is not impressed. She casually mentions that she knows a better place to watch this celestial event and suggests that in 50 years she will take her companions there for a better view. The following morning, Frieren bids farewell to her companions before embarking on a quest to discover and learn new magic spells. Showcasing her love for magic, she assures them she will visit occasionally, and so she sets off on a solitary journey. At one point, she realizes she needs a special item, a shadow dragon. She remembers that Himmel kept one for her in the past, so she decides to return to the city to meet Himmel again. To her great surprise, Himmel has aged. He has lost his height and hair and now sports a long beard. Decades have passed since she last saw him. Himmel didn't even expect her to return one day, noting that Frieren still looks the same. Frieren, being a 1,000-year-old elf, doesn't age physically. She also sees Haita, who has aged as well, and Aizen, who still looks the same due to his nature as a dwarf. Together, for one last time, as promised by Frieren, they go on a trip to see the meteor shower. This little adventure recalls their past memories and marks the end of their journey as companions, and there they are, witnessing the meteor shower, but this time with proximity, with intimacy. After a life filled with adventure, companionship, and bravery, Himmel passes away. The heavy mood is palpable. His companions are all present, yet they don't seem visibly affected by the loss, at least from the outside, until...
人間の寿命は短いって分かっていたのに、なんでもっと知ろうと思わなかったんだろう。
Having an existential crisis, realizing her big mistake of not spending enough time to know Himmel better. After the funeral, she says goodbye to Haita and Aizen. Haita jokingly says it might be the last time he sees Frieren, adding that he might leave this world soon due to his bad habit of drinking. Aizen, on the other hand, states that he no longer has the strength to will his acts like before. Frieren tells Aizen that she will continue her pursuit of magic. Now, she has a new goal, besides magic, to learn about and understand humans better. Here, we see Frieren resuming her journey, but this time with 2 life goals. Years later, Frieren decides to visit Haita. On her way, she encounters a little girl named Ferun. Ferun guides Frieren to Haita's house. It is revealed by Haita that Ferun is a war orphan from the southern lands. She lost her parents in the conflict, and in her despair was about to end her life. Haita, in a moment reminiscent of Himmel's teachings, stopped her, telling her that doing so would waste all her good memories and everything she had learned before. He took her in and raised her. Feeling indebted, Ferun is determined to prove that Haita did the right thing by saving her. She doesn't want to waste the second chance he gave her. Her sole goal is to destroy a large rock far away, as Haita told her that achieving this would make her a true mage. Due to his old age, Haita asks Frieren to take Ferun with her. Frieren initially refuses, citing the high mortality rate of mage apprentices in battles. Understanding her concern, Haita makes a different request, an interesting one. He asks Frieren to help him decipher a grimoire about resurrection and immortality to extend his life. Yeah, because he's about to die. Sad. Additionally, he asks if she could train Ferun during her free time. Frieren agrees to both. Later, Frieren finds Ferun practicing and notices her impressive potential as a mage. Despite being unable to reach the rock, Frieren is struck by Ferun's determination and unconventional talents. After some time, Haita's life near its end. Initially, he wants Frieren to take Ferun away without telling her the truth. However, due to Friren's kindness, Ferun gets the chance to speak with Haita one last time. What Ferun doesn't know is that Haita had a plan all along. He wanted Frieren to train Ferun so she could be strong enough to join Frieren as a companion after his passing. The grimoire Haita asked Frieren to decipher didn't contain anything about immortality or resurrection. It was just a ruse to ensure Frieren would train Ferun, and indeed, it worked. With all her human companions now passed away, Frieren continues her journey with a new companion, Ferun. She still pursues her 2 main goals, but now she has a new company. You see, this is where things get really interesting. With all her human friends gone, Frieren embarks on a new journey, introducing a fresh narrative. Thanks to Yamada Kaneido's use of non-linear storytelling, we get 2 perspectives: the present journey with her new crew and the past adventures with her previous companions. This duality of 2 different eras, different teams, same destination adds more depth to the story. The non-linear narrative is not meant to confuse us, but rather to enrich the story itself. By intertwining these 2 timelines, we appreciate each character and the world more deeply, unified by a central theme, an omnipresent theme tying the 2 narratives together, reflecting the life lessons of the anime. And this theme is time. Time is a complex concept that has been discussed by many physicists and scientists. According to Wikipedia, time is a continued sequence of existence and events that occurs in an apparently irreversible succession from the past through the present and into the future. Every moment we exist, eerie milliseconds pass, making us subtly different from before. Time happens to us, we just have to accept it based on our perception as humans. Unlike space where you can move freely in various directions, time only moves forward. This one-way movement is called the arrow of time. Time has been discussed and explored in many creative ways, often in a practical or technical sense such as time travel. This theme appears in various art forms and media such as the cinema, television series, video games, comic books, manga, and so on. In the case of Frieren, interestingly, time is the main driving force. However, not in a practical or technical way such as time travel, but more as an emotional force with a profound impact on us as intelligent beings. Let me explain. Time dictates the rhythm of our lives, influencing our memories, experiences, and even our identities. The relentless march of time brings about change, growth, and sometimes loss, making it a deeply personal and universal theme across our lives. In this series, time is not just a backdrop, but the central element that drives the narrative and shapes the characters' lives. As you may know, we as humans don't live forever. Life can be seen as short or long, depending on your own perspective, you know. The average lifespan nowadays of a human is 69 years for men and 74 years for women. Eventually, if you live an unhealthy and sedentary lifestyle, you could be gone sooner. But anyway, that is not the topic of today. In the world of Frieren, there are more intelligent species than humans, such as elves and dwarves. Our protagonist Frieren is a 1,000-year-old elf. For elves, time is almost infinite and incredibly long. For example, just take a look at Frieren. She just spent her time just existing, with life just impacting her.
Le drame de Frieren, c'est qu'elle a confondu le fait de vivre avec le fait de simplement exister.
50年も100年も彼女にとっては些細なものなのかもしれませんね。
Time even affects Frieren's sense of time, leading to a bad habit of being unable to get up in the morning. The 10 years she spent adventuring with the Himmel team felt like just a year because her perception of time is different. Her emotions are also different compared to humans. Processing and understanding an emotion can take her years. Due to that, she struggles to build meaningful and strong connections with her human companions. We see that when Himmel passes away, as she regrets not cherishing and knowing Himmel better due to her nature as an elf. With that in mind now, she tries to spend more time with Ferun, cherishing every moment and being more intentional and aware of the fleeting nature of time. A while later, she decides to visit her old companion Eisen after 30 years. Frieren asks if Eisen needs help with anything. He reveals that he's looking for the notes of a legendary human mage whose name is Flamme. The reason? He felt pity for Frieren and Himmel for not having the chance to know each other better. These notes contain information about communicating with the dead. Far in the north lies Aureoli, heaven, the place where souls rest and gather, where I was able to speak with my former comrades. The destination remains the same, but the goal has changed. Aureoli, where she hopes to reconnect with our hero Himmel, lies far to the north, at Endi, where the Demon King's castle lies. A new journey with the same destination, but with new companions, reminiscence of distant memories, new friends, new encounters, new experiences, new challenges, and thus, the journey commenced once more. The world of Frieren is undeniably beautiful, rich and magical. Its medieval setting draws inspiration from various mythologies, including Norse and Greek, as well as other cultures, creating a diverse and enchanting backdrop. A vast world with a diversity of cultures, regions, places, mythical creatures, and so on. The cinematography, the shots, the composition, the colors enhance our appreciation of this world. Without forgetting Evan Cole's original music for the anime, there is nothing to be said. Production-wise, Madhouse Studio nailed it. While some may criticize the slow pacing, I believe it's perfect for this series. The slow pacing allows us to fully immerse ourselves in the world, observing the characters' everyday lives and routines. This is one of Frieren's particular and typical standout features. It doesn't just focus on grand adventures or epic battles coming out of nowhere, but also on the mundane, everyday struggles of its characters. We feel like we are part of their world. Seeing Frieren and Ferun helping people, Stark training, Frieren and Zain reconciling Stark and Ferun, these small, everyday actions add depth and realism, but as well make it relatable. The few action scenes make each one more meaningful and impactful. They are here for a real reason. They only fight when they actually have to. While the world of Frieren is intricate, the focus of the manga and anime is not on its history or mythology or magic system, but on its characters. It's about who they are, their personalities, identities, connections, beliefs, promises, struggles, essentially their internal journeys. All of this is interconnected by the theme of time. Frieren might seem pretty stoic and nonchalant, but she is a 1,000-year-old walking encyclopedia of magic and one of the greatest mages in the story. Despite being part of a successful troupe that defeated the Demon King and achieving the pinnacle of success, Frieren's journey is just beginning. She is strong on the outside but has much too on the inside. The story revolves around her internal growth alongside the other characters. Ferun, though seemingly nonchalant as well, is incredibly talented at magic from a really young age. Her difficult past has given her mental toughness and maturity uncommon for her age. She's responsible, sometimes even playing the role of mother to Frieren, even managing their finances and guiding her through her flaws, her stubbornness. Thanks to Ferun, we see Frieren taking significant steps to understand the human heart and grow as a person. However, you see, Fern has her flaws too. She easily gets mad and can be quite childish, especially in her interactions with Stark, due to the fact that she never interacted that often with someone of her age and more specifically a boy. Stark, on the other hand, is a strong young warrior, has a big heart and well liked, but he's an incredibly coward. Despite that, he shows great courage in serious situations, and that's why we like him, right? He's still young, make mistakes, but you know, this is the whole point, making him relatable. You see, these are simple, relatable things, but plays an important role in the story itself. I mean, for me, watching them travel to Andy, we see them facing numerous obstacles, new pitfalls on their way, a storm, a threat, a sickness, an exam. And as Frieren is traveling alongside her companions, she recalls her memories multiple times, her past through the places she once visited with her past crew, visiting an old friend who protects a village due to a promise he made to his long-deceased human wife, showing us how love transcends time. In minutes, we see how Himmel respected his promise by always being there for Frieren. We more have a focus on the experience of the journey and lessons learned and applied, rather than the destination. We can see how time affects everybody in its world. Another interesting example is how Frieren has already been forgotten by people, but you wanna know another more interesting example? How well some still remember her, especially her darker side.
Sensei. 私は魔族に全てを奪われた。
私もだ。
魔族を根絶やしにしたいほど憎い。
私もだ。
けれども私は魔法が好きで。
私も好きだ。だから魔法を愚弄するような卑怯者は私たちだけでいい。
魔族を根絶やしにしたいほど憎い。
私もだ。
言葉で人間をたぶらかすんだよ。
そうだ。奴らは言葉を話すだけの魔物に過ぎない。それが私が魔族と呼ぶ者たちの正体だ。奴らは卑怯だ。ならば私たちはそれ以上の卑怯者になればいい。それで魔族を根絶やしにできるのなら、私は喜んでその汚名を着よう。
魔族を根絶やしにしたいほど憎い。
私も。
ふざけるな。私は500年以上生きた大魔族だ。アウラ、お前の前にいるのは1000年以上生きた魔法使いだ。
円形、あれも対処できるのか。一つだけ言えるのは、これが試験でなかったらわしはとうに美を割っておる。
フリーレン、魔族が言葉で人を欺くように、お前は魔力で魔族を欺く。
ソウソのフリー。
フリーレン、まだ魔法は好きか？
ほどほどかな。先に一つ聞いていい？魔法は好き？ほどほどでございます。
フリーレン、 一つ頼みがある。
何？
私の墓の周りは花畑にしてくれ。強いな。気に入った。
君は僕が出会ってきたどの魔法使いよりも強い。
どうしてそう思う？
なんとなくだ。
私の一番好きな魔法は綺麗な花畑を出す魔法だ。
望む魔法を言うがいい。一つだけ授けてやる。
いらない。魔法は探し求めている時が一番楽しいんだよ。
先生、この子はいつか魔王を倒すよ。お前はいつか大きな過ちを犯し、人を知りたいと考えるようになる。
フリーレン、こいつはどういうことだ？あれは勇者の剣だ。
ヒンメルはこの剣を抜けなかったんだ。
ヒンメル、いいじゃないか。偽物の勇者で僕は魔王を倒して世界の平和を取り戻す。そうすれば偽物だろうが本物だろうが関係ない。
反射的に体が動いたんだ。俺は怖かったんだよ。フリーレン、あの衣装は鏡レンゲ、花言葉は久遠の愛情だ。この地方じゃあれは恋人に贈るものだぜ。
そういえば、この旅の目的地ってまだ聞いてなかったな。どこなんだ？
天国。
You know, these past years, I haven't been able to watch a lot of anime like before. I've been really diving into those really old films, which allow me to grow as a creator. I don't watch anime as often, but I still enjoy the good ones. Watching Frieren brought a fresh breeze to my creativity, something new and unconventional in its own way. While Frieren Beyond Journey's End might not be one of my absolute favorite pieces of media yet, I can't even say that it's one of the absolute greatest anime of all time compared to the legendary Fullmetal Alchemist. I mean, for now, but I can't say I had a bad time watching it. Initially, I was pretty skeptical due to the enormous hype. I was busy editing my Jujutsu Kaisen video when I noticed the buzz around Frieren. So 2 months ago, I decided to give it a try. And to my great surprise, I found myself thoroughly enjoying it. Despite the slow pace of most episodes, in Frieren, it felt just perfect. It's been a while since I've watched such an anime, you know, no fan service, just a really good story and characters, pure enjoyment. It was like hitting a reset button. I remember binge watching 12 episodes in a day. You know, for me, Frieren is not about its big villains, crazy fights or super technical power systems. It's more about the journey, not the destination, the experience, the Frieren experience. Seeing Frieren and Ferun helping people, Stark training, Frieren exploring her almost never-ending life. Just watching life pass with its characters, the lessons learned and applied was enough. Made me question my perceptions of time and philosophy. As of March 2024, Frieren has over 20 million copies in circulation, and in that same year won the Credential Award 2024. I think it succeeded and deserve its success, you know, by not only impacting our culture, but also giving hope for the future of anime. I mean anime culture. It has not just saved the genre, some say, but has shown again that there is a bright future for great anime and manga. Will Kanehiro Yamada and Tsukasa Abe maintain the same impressive quality on a weekly basis in the coming years, or will it fade into obscurity? I'm truly excited to see what this manga has to offer in the future. Remember the arrow of time? Time moves in one direction. And while we can't change that, humans are the only beings aware of our own mortality. Unfortunately, this is how things are. We have a limited time here on Earth. And you probably lived a good quarter of your life, or even more. I'm not asking you to become Brian Johnson so you could reverse aging, but be intentional, more present. Don't dwell too much on the future or linger in the past. Focus on what you can control today. Whether your goal is to be a good, inspiring role model for the people around you, or even for the world, to make it a better place. Pursue deeper knowledge of a passion and know people better. Enjoy the mundane, beautiful moments of everyday life. Spend more time with your loved ones, or make your parents proud. Live with intentionality. At times, you may feel clueless, lack confidence, or fear taking risk, but that is part of life. You have the ability to change. Good can't exist without bad. You can't alter time, but you can change yourself. You're responsible for your own journey. As I said, our time is limited. So no matter what you have in mind now, just do it. And this time, be like Frieren, exist intentionally.
Frieren is one of the most popular anime currently airing and is on most people's shortlist for one of the best shows that started airing last year.
Everyone is reacting to it and watching it.
Is now being widely acclaimed as being one of the greatest anime adaptations ever made.
Without a doubt, Frieren Beyond Journey's End took the anime industry by storm when it debuted back in 2023.
Frieren took me by force. I became obsessed. I couldn't stop watching it.
Hello my friends, hope you're all okay. It's me again. I know my boring voice and accent. I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit weird. I got sick, you know. What is funny is I bought the Elden Ring DLC last Friday and the day after I got sick, which is absolutely crazy, you know, because like the thing is I will get sick maybe every 2 years, literally. But anyway, that is not the topic of today. I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks for the amazing love and support that I got from you guys. You guys are all amazing. We went from like 19 subs to like 65 with the second video of the channel. I'm really sorry if my webcam is so in terms of quality. Like the thing is I don't have the camera and the gimbal today, so I just have to use my horrible webcam. My first video that I uploaded in April, I mean, you can say that it was a flop, but like the thing is I didn't expect anything from it, and like the thing is with my second video, the fact that I went from 0 to like 2,000 views is absolutely mind-boggling. You guys are all amazing, so thank you very much. So I just wanted to talk about a couple of things related to the channel in general, and as well talking with you guys, you know, like not only talking with you guys when I'm actually explaining what Frieren is all about. So first of all, I want to say I'm planning to create a Patreon. So for example, I think I'm gonna launch it probably the day this video will actually be published, or the following days or even weeks, it will depend really. So if you guys are really interested by video editing in general, or even talking about anime, manga related stuff, we can talk about that as well. For example, not only doing video editing breakdown with the Patreon, but as well really sharing with you guys some deep dive into my videos, how I actually make them, what all of the creative thinking behind them, and a lot of different stuff. And then yeah, but definitely if you can't afford to support me on Patreon, trust me, the fact that you're actually watching my videos and the fact that you're actually subscribed to my channel is everything for me. So that is way more than enough. So thank you very much for that. So I just wanted to say as well, the next video, even videos, won't really be about anything related to manga or anime. So it's going to be about a TV series that I really love. Actually, the finale has aired 2 days ago. So to give you just a little hint. And yeah, but definitely if you have any kind of suggestions or recommendations based on what you guys saw, what I'm capable of doing with my skills, definitely pitch your ideas, definitely in the comment sections, or even if you have any kind of questions in general, not only about videos, but like it can be about anything, feel free to send me a message, I don't know, on Twitter or Instagram, it depends on you. So you know, my videos are not really perfect at all most of the time. Like, as you guys may have, you know, heard, like, I have a heavy accent. So, English is not my mother tongue. So, I speak another language. So, sometimes it can be complicated with voiceovers. But hey, man, we all started somewhere. And you guys loved the previous videos. So, you know, it's pretty cold here in South Africa right now. You know, it's winter. But anyway, thank you guys. You guys are all amazing. You guys are all amazing beings. May God bless you. And I will always not only try, but do my best to make the best videos that I can make. And then, yeah, it was me. You guys are all amazing beings. May God bless you. And then I will see you guys next time. Allez, bisous.